I was tagged in this. It said anime fights I would pay to watch. Yeah, shout out to D. Let's get right to it. The first fight is Yami versus Zoro, and I 100% agree. For all 10 of these upcoming fights, if you let the right animator get their hands on this, like Akihiro Oto or my dog Vincent Chansard, we're guaranteeing box office peak cinema. If you want to know the winner of this fight, it's 1000% going to Yami. There is nothing Zoro can do when Yami says he's about to surpass his limits and he starts throwing out multiple Dark Cloak Dimension slashes. Following this, we have Mereoleona versus Endeavor. As hype as I would be to see this fight, I'm not putting this over Yami and Zoro. And second, all My Hero fans, you are setting Endeavor up for failure. I got this! We know Black Clover characters are built different, and Mereoleona is one of the top performers in the verse. I got all my money on her to leave him a real prominence burn. At number 8, we have Gabimaru versus Akaza. Man, I already know this battle will go dumb. Both Hell's Paradise and Demon Slayer have fantastic animation, and this would be spinning the block for my dog Rengoku. If you saw the most recent Demon Slayer movie, then you already know how crazy Akaza is with his attack power and his healing factor, but we also know that Gabimaru has already taken out a few immortals in his show, so it would be a very interesting fight. My winner? Probably Gabimaru. Oh my goodness! I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what 6 you have in front of this, but this is already in my top 5. Kokoshibo versus Toji would feed generations. I don't care what nobody say. You give Toji all the weapons he had in JJK to fight Kokoshibo, he is cooked. You give Toji his full fit, the worm, inverted spear of heaven, the soul-splitting katana, and maybe playful cloud, it's over. Oh, this is what you had above that. Yeah, Escanor versus Benimaru would also feed families for a completely different reason. Damn. Who do I have winning this fight? Man, I don't even know. Throughout their entire show, neither one of these guys were pushed to a point where they needed to use the full totality of their abilities. Both of these guys one-shot their last 3 opponents that they had in the series, so this would be crazy. Continuing on, the battle at number 5 is Gojo versus Minato. Honestly, I'm having this much lower on my list because what does Minato even do here? Unless you think that Minato's flying Raijin can bypass Gojo's Limitless, what does he do? He's not going to be able to seal him if he can't touch him. Gojo wins. At number 4, he has Asta versus Meliodas, and I'm not mad at this. This would definitely go crazy if we had Black Clover's movie animation. And if you're asking who wins, my money is on Asta. His whole kit is meant to shut off any power that Meliodas has to offer. Add the fact that Asta at the end of Black Clover has ludicrous speed along with 4 swords. At number 3, he has Sukuna versus Madara, and this is definitely a top 3 worthy fight. Something I would love to see is the animators take their own civil liberties to display the full power of 20-finger, 4-arm Sukuna. Something we didn't get to see at the end of the manga was full power Heian era Sukuna. There were so many factors at that time restricting him from being at his full power. Say it be he don't have access to reverse curse technique, domain expansion, all of his arms. This battle versus Madara will go crazy for sure. At number 2, he has the Anti-Spiral versus Saitama. Now this fight will be lit, but I think a lot of people have lost hype for the show because of the release schedule of the actual anime. And a lot of the baseline fans may have forgotten or may not know what's in store for the rest of the story because we know that his fight against Cosmic Fear Garo trumps anything I just saw. At number 1, we have Goku versus Saitama. In my opinion, this fight is pretty basic because these two guys are not on the same skill level, but it doesn't matter when Saitama takes no damage. In my opinion, I'd much rather see Goku challenged in his hand-to-hand combat mastery. I'd change that number 1 to Goku fighting a character like Jin Mori, who not only has similar levels of power, but also has an equally as deep of martial arts bag. So Goku forcibly has to go through all of his techniques that he's learned from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Daima, Dragon Ball Super. Not only will Jin Mori have the perfect techniques to not only match him, but surpass him, I just know the symbolism and storytelling between these two would go crazy, especially knowing that these two are variants of Sun Wukong and they're both just a story of Journey to the West. Those are just my thoughts. Which battle would you pay to see the most? And honestly, for me, it gotta be this battle right here. Cause what? The amount of aura these two guys will be emitting is actually ridiculous. And we know Toji's VA is Dio Brando. When I found out that Kokoshibo's VA is Byakuya, aka Toriko, I'm glazing no matter who wins the fight. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know who you picked.